Good morning, Rasheed. Thank you for coming today. My name's Felicia and I'm your intake worker. Did you have a good trip here today?
Yes, thanks, Felicia. Yeah, no trouble.
Oh, that's great. No worries. Okay, so before we get started, I'll just run a few processes that I have to do for my work and let you know about some things. So before we start, I just want to let you know that everything you say to me today will be kept confidential. The only time it would not be is if you left here today or you told me that you're going to hurt yourself or somebody else. Then I would have to disclose that information to keep you safe because we have a duty of care to you and others. So do you understand that?
Yes, I do. Yes.
That's great. Also too, I just want to let you know that you have the right to complain about this service or me or the way you've been treated without any adverse reactions from us. Now, I did send you the not happy with an alcohol and other drug treatment service for you. Did you receive that?
That's the one right there.
Yeah, that's it. That's correct. So if you weren't happy with us, you could complain to our service. But if you weren't comfortable with that, on the back there are some numbers you can call. One of them is the Health Complaints Commissioner, and then it goes down the list. So that's for you if you're not happy with anything today. And also you have the right to privacy, respect, and to feel safe and to be safe while you're here today. And the other thing, Rasheed, is I may need to share your information with other agencies to provide you with the service of care that you need and deserve if we can't provide you that care here. So do I have your permission today to be able to pass on your information to get the supports you need?
Yes, you do.
Great, thank you very much. And I'll just also let you know that today I will be taking notes, and that is to enable me to remember what you say to me so that I can provide you with the supports that you need and get you the help that you need. And also too, it is to provide accuracy to our discussion and to make sure that what we've spoken about I have written. So you will also get a copy of those notes, Rasheed, and I'm happy to go through with you at the end of the meeting if you have any questions or concerns about that. So do I have your permission to take notes today?
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Great, thank you very much. So Rasheed, are you able to tell me a bit about why you're here today and how you've been getting on in the past 12 months?
Well, I guess I've been struggling a bit. You know, I had a terrible accident a year ago and there was a fatality involved.
Right.
I'm on medication. I'm feeling quite depressed. I'm taking more and more pills and just feel like, you know, I don't know, I can't really see why, you know, what's the point in going on? Life's just, there's no good aspects.
Okay. So it sounds to me, Rasheed, that you have really been struggling with your mental and emotional health and since the accident.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. And have you had access to speak to anybody since the accident?
Yeah, well, I've been to my doctor and, you know, that's where I get my prescriptions from.
Right. Okay.
I've got a friend, you know, I can talk to sometimes. And
okay.
yeah.
Okay, and I'm just looking at your case notes that we have here for you. So can you just confirm that the pills you take, is that because of your back injury, because of the pain?
Look, I have severe pain and I can't sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm anxious that I need more and more pills to get through the day.
Yeah, okay, no worries. Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. I'll keep that in mind as we go along, and we'll just keep going, and I'll just speak to you about some other things to ascertain what's going on holistically in your life. So are you able to describe for me your interactions and or your supports with family and friends, and what outcomes you would like to see for your relationships or the way they support you?
Look, I don't see much of my family. They're not nearby. I do have a couple of friends. I guess one that I speak to a bit is supportive, but I suppose he doesn't really know what to do with me.
Okay.
So, there's not a lot of family support, just, one or two friends.
Okay. Okay. So do you have contact with your family any other way, like via FaceTime or Messenger or, video conferencing or anything like that? Like, do you feel connected with them?
I don't really. I think since everything happened, I just, I feel like guilty and ashamed and not worthy.
Okay. Okay, thanks for that. Okay. So what I might do then, Rasheed, is I'm just going to help you go through a form. It's called K10 form, and it's just to see how you're traveling emotionally. Since the accident and since you've come here to see me today. You may have done one before. So if you have, it'll sort of give you an idea of where you're at, emotionally. But I'll just go through it, and you might get asked to do one again when you get the supports that you need, and that'll just give you an idea of how you're traveling. So are you okay to do that? Do that form with me today?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Great. Okay. All right. So the following 10 questions ask about how you have been feeling in the last 4 weeks. For each question, mark the circle under the option that best describes the amount of time you have felt that way. Now, I understand that because we're online, you can't circle. So I'll just tick on your behalf, and then at the end, you will be able to sign that. Okay. So in the last 4 weeks, about how often did you feel tired out for no good reason?
Most of the time.
Okay, so all of the time. In the last 4 weeks, about how often did you feel nervous?
Most of the time.
Okay. In the last 4 weeks, about how often did you feel so nervous that nothing could calm you down?
Most of the time.
Okay. In the last 4 weeks, about how often did you feel hopeless?
Most of the time.
In the last 4 weeks, about how often did you feel restless or fidgety?
A little of the time.
A little of the time? Okay. In the last 4 weeks, about how often did you feel so restless you could not sit still?
Little of the time.
Okay. In the last 4 weeks, about how often did you feel depressed?
All of the time.
Okay. In the last 4 weeks, about how often did you feel that everything was an effort?
All of the time.
Okay. In the last 4 weeks, about how often did you feel so sad that nothing could cheer you up?
Yeah, all of the time.
Okay. And the last question, in the last 4 weeks, about how often did you feel worthless?
Yeah, all of the time.
Okay, thanks for that. So that's the end of the questionnaire, and we're just going to go on and discuss it now. I'm just going to just add this up for you. Okay, so this K10 form, this is out of 50. So you actually scored a 44, which is quite high. How are you feeling about that score?
Well, if it's measuring how I'm feeling, it's pretty accurate. I feel,
Yeah. Okay. So
just
you
don't see much joy in life.
okay. So you feel that does reflect how you're feeling?
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. So based on that score, I feel it's probably really important for you to perhaps be referred to a trauma and grief counselling, and and perhaps a psychologist as soon as possible. What are your thoughts about that, Rasheed? Do you feel like you need to see someone and talk through about everything that's happened to you in the last 12 months?
Yeah, look, yeah, I just feel hopeless.
Okay, no worries. All right, well, we can certainly organise that for you. That's not a problem. All right. So are you able to tell me what's happening in your life about your pain meds and sleeping pills and how they are impacting your life? And if you have thought about making changes or taking steps to enable you to be free of your pain meds, what are your thoughts there?
Well, I'm in so much pain. I just can't get enough pills. My own doctor will only let me have, a prescription every 2 weeks, and I'm using it in a week. So I'm going to other doctors. I'm just getting
Okay.
getting more, like for my sleep and for my pain.
Yeah. Okay. So the
So
pills.
I
Sorry.
need more. I just seem to need more and more pills, and I feel a bit trapped, and I don't know what to do about it.
Okay. No worries. Okay. Are you able to talk to your family and friends, and can you tell me if they have a positive impact on how you feel? So you've already sort of told me that you don't really have a lot of contact with them. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm not really close with my family anymore. I feel a lot of shame over what's happened.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So they wouldn't be providing you with pain meds then or anything like that, and if they're not aware of your dependence on your pain medication, so you don't really see them.
Well, no, but I've got, if I go to different doctors, that works a bit. And I've also, my friend who I talk to, he'll get me prescriptions sometimes too.
Okay. And I just want to ask you here, just notice in your case notes, you seem to be obtaining pills from a variety of sources. So you've already spoken to me about you go to different doctors and your friends also provide you with scripts. And it just says here, most of them illegal. So I'm just trying to think. Yeah. How do you source your pain pills besides your friend and the doctor? And what are your thoughts? Like, are there any other ways you're sourcing those pills?
Well, I do actually take them from my friend when he doesn't know that I've taken them.
Okay, that's okay. And just
No,
remember
I
that,
know I'm doing doctor shopping. I know you're not supposed to do that.
yeah,
You
that's
get caught,
okay.
you get into trouble.
That's okay. Well, there's no judgment here, and everything you do say is confidential. So I just want to assure you of that, you know, you can be open and upfront here without any fear of, you know, persecution or judgment here. So what you're saying to me is that you're just getting them, you're doctor shopping, you get scripts from friends, and you're actually taking them from a friend when he doesn't know. Are they the only
Yeah.
sources?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, no worries. Great. Well, thanks for that. I really appreciate that. I just want to ask how you're getting by with your immediate day-to-day needs, apart from your, you know, your pain and your pain meds. Are you making ends meet? Are you being respected by your GP or other health staff? Have you got any issues about that?
Well, my GP is pretty good, but he just won't give me as many drugs as I want. So,
Yeah.
but he is sympathetic towards me.
Okay.
But yeah, he won't give me any more drugs.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm working. Sometimes I'm working. Sometimes I'm not working.
Okay.
I've just got living in a boarding house, so I can afford that.
Okay. So you've got a roof over your head. That's great.
Yeah. So sometimes I'm working, sometimes I'm not. I'm qualified, so I can work.
Yeah. What are you qualified to do?
Um, Motor mechanic.
Oh, that's wonderful. And the good thing about that too is everybody needs their cars fixed, don't they? So
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah. If I'm feeling okay, I can do a bit of cash work and stuff.
Yeah, okay, no worries. Um, yeah. And do you have that supplemented by Centrelink benefits?
Yeah, yep. Centrelink, I just, I'm supposed to report my earnings,
Yeah.
and I've got a low income support.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, thanks for that. All right, so that sounds really positive, because if you needed assistance, we would help you in those areas. Okay. So I just want to just remind you again that we will provide you with a copy of all these notes, Rasheed, and we can go through that with you to clarify any questions you have, and answer those as best we can for you. Now I'm just thinking about some services for you. And for your family, but you say you don't have your family nearby, so we could perhaps look at that at a later date if that's okay with you. So I'm just thinking how you would feel about having a case manager that can offer you structured supports. And they would look at all your needs, not just your pain meds and everything, but they take more of a holistic view, and they would be journeying with you over the long term. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, I think so. I think, look, I just don't know how life's going to get better.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, no, that's I can hear in your voice that you sound concerned about you're transitioning, to a better place. Would that be right?
Yeah, I can't see it happening.
Yeah, okay. Now there are some things that I'm thinking about um, for you to see. I'm just thinking about what I'd like to do is refer you to get an assessment to confirm a severe substance dependence. That would be with a psychiatrist or psychologist, and also perhaps they could address the trauma and the loss and grief issues. We can't actually do that assessment here because that's beyond our scope, but I really feel that it would be really beneficial for you to have that done. Are you okay if I get the ball rolling on that? And would you be amenable to getting that assessment done?
Oh, yeah, it can't hurt to have an assessment, I suppose.
No, for sure. No, that's true. No, that'd be great. Thanks for that. Because they will be the ones to really be able to help you with your pain meds and maybe pain management, and put some processes in place to help you with that. Now I'm just looking at the referrals. So apart from the assessment and the case manager, I'm just looking. So you've got a job that you do every now and then, and that's supplemented. Now, if we were able to get you some detox treatment and the case manager and the trauma and grief counselling, and we made those appointments, are you good to get on board with that, and make that commitment and keep your appointments and the times? And if you couldn't make it, would you be able to let us know or cancel those appointments?
Well, I could try. I mean, I could try and do that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, well, that'd be a really positive plan of action to take, just to let them know. And so you would be happy to start some sort of positive treatment to help you on your journey to wellness?
I think so, yes.
Great. Okay. Well, that's really good to hear. So we do have some places. One of them, which jumped out at me when I was sort of reading your case notes about your chronic pain, was Ballarat Health Services. They have a psychology clinic, but they do assessments, treatments and interventions, but they have a persistent pain program. So your pain, you've described it as an ongoing and all the time, hence why you're taking the painkillers. So yeah, and they have an intake program there. So does that sound like something you'd be interested in, the persistent pain program?
That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting if it worked too, wouldn't it, for you, Rasheed?
Yeah, it would. It would be yes.
Yeah, okay, that's great. And also, now Ballarat Health Services have got a HARP program. That's Hospital Admission Risk Program, and they do care coordination for people with complex medical issues. And you've got that with your pain and your injuries. They do drug and alcohol program, depression, complex needs. And so I'm thinking you do have quite a few needs, Rasheed, that we won't be able to, sort out here at our facility. We will have to refer you on because they specialise in getting people well that have these issues. So does that sound like something you'd be interested in?
I think so, yes. Yeah,
okay.
I think that would.
All right, great. And pardon?
I haven't heard of them before.
Okay, no worries. And I think, like once you get into these places and you're starting to feel better, then perhaps when you come back to see us, we could focus on, your relationships and your family and community as a whole. And I feel that you really probably need to get that pain under control because pain can be quite debilitating and you know, we can focus a lot on the pain and we tend not to focus on other things. So perhaps down the track we could look at some other areas for you to develop. Does that sound like a plan?
I do like the sound of the plan.
Oh yeah, great. That's good to have a
There
plan.
may be some hope.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I do believe there's always hope, definitely. All right, Rasheed. So do you have any questions before the meeting ends for me?
No.
Okay, no worries. Now, I'd like to make a follow-up appointment if we can. So I'm thinking that if it's okay with you, perhaps we could meet in 2 weeks' time, so the same day. What are your thoughts on that?
I think 2 weeks is good.
Okay, follow-up 2 weeks. And would you like 12 o'clock again?
Yes, that's perfect.
All right, no worries. So what I'll do after this, you know, you will receive a copy of the report, and if there's anything in the notes, I would just that you need questions about, or you just want to go through something with me, yeah, just feel free to ring or get in contact with the service, and we can help with that. So thank you for the meeting today, Rasheed. I really appreciate that you kept the appointment and you came today, and we'll follow up in 2 weeks and we'll provide these contacts, but we will actually organise it from our end and be in touch with you about that. So thank you very much for coming today.
Okay, thank you, Felicia.
Thank you.